I don't know if you can hear me. It's pretty windy out here. I am on, or I am where, on what will soon be Roadrunner Ranch. It's really windy. The whole time we've been up here for 2 years, just checking out the property, we've never seen cows on our property, and today there were 2. I don't know if you can see them down there or not, but I'm right on top of the pad where the house is built. Really windy. I hope you can hear me. But let me turn this around to see if you can see the cow. So I'm back in the car so you can hear me. It's really windy out there. And if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm sorry. I'm just looking out the view. So, a little update on what's going on with our build. Looks like we'll be starting soon. Our contractor is just waiting for the permits to come back. And he's finishing up some numbers, finalizing everything so that we can finally sign a contract. And then we'll get started. Well, we're still waiting on the HOA. We need to have a final approval on our plans, and they need to come out and meet us and the contractor on the property so that they know exactly where things are going to go, and that we're not disturbing too much of the landscape. So other than that, I'm hoping in the next week or 2 we'll actually break ground. It's so exciting. Kind of seems like we've been in this holding pattern for the past year, maybe 2 years. I mean, we were ready to build when we bought the property, but obviously we couldn't. We needed to finish up and all our business in California and sell our house, because without that we would have no money to be able to do this. So every time I come out here, I fall more and more in love with the property. And I just can't wait to have my barn over there, my orchard down there, my house here. I'm basically parked in the kitchen, or what will be the kitchen. And back behind me that way will be gardens, as well as down here, where we're going to grow just about everything. The only thing we're not going to, I guess, grow is our own meat. Eventually, I do want to have some meat chickens and do that, but that's going to take a little bit more time. I got to wrap my head around harvesting the chickens when it comes time. Because right now it's easy to say, yeah, I'm going to have some chickens and I'm going to harvest them and have a freezer full of chickens for the whole year, and even some to share. But getting to the harvesting part is going to be a challenge for me. So yeah, like I said, it's the last 2 years that we've been coming out here. From the time we bought the property till now, we've come out every so often just to check it out and sit and look and watch just things going by. We have never seen cows, and today I saw 5. And I saw deer coming in, or antelope coming into the property. Oh, that was fun. There's horses, there's just cattle everywhere. And it's another thing I'm excited about, because I'll be able to have, or to start making my own compost, because I will be collecting all these cow patties that are all over the place. And with that, along with our chicken poop and stuff, we're gonna be making some compost, and I won't have to go out to the big box stores to get that, or any nursery, or I'll be making my own. And I know what we into in it, because the cows out here are all free grazing. They don't have any grain at all. They're not fed any grain. It's all just their natural diet. And I know what I'm going to be giving my chickens, a lot of food scraps, and I have to do some research on where I can find some good organic, no chemicals or pesticides used grain for them to supplement, and food scraps will be supplementing their diet. The other thing we're going to have out here are honeybees. We're going to hopefully find somebody who, what do you call them, bee farmer, that needs some more property, some more space for their hives. And hopefully we'll come up with a little barter. We'll get some honey from them, and they get to use our land. And yeah, so that's going to be it. I still have to do some research on that, which I should probably be doing now, just so that when the time comes, I know what to expect, or what to ask, and where to find them, where to find the honey, the bee farmers, beekeepers. Yeah, there you go. Anywho, the one thing I'm not excited about out here is rattlesnakes. It is rattlesnake season, and I am none too happy about that. In fact, there was an article in the paper saying that rattlesnakes have been seen on the trails, on all the hiking trails. So hiking is done for me. Hiking season is over for me. I'm just kidding. But I definitely will be doing more of my hiking in the fall, winter time, since the winters up here are pretty mild, with the exception of this winter. We arrived here in January this year, 2021, and a week later we were in a blizzard. And I'm not even joking when I say blizzard. I'll try to get some footage and put it in this video just so that you can see. But yeah, we were stuck in our house for 4 days. I mean, the roads were just covered. I wasn't going to go out in it because I don't even drive in the rain. Just my driving skills are not that good. So we all just hunkered down for 4 days. So yeah, I've been told that was the exception. So I'll be doing more hiking in the wintertime, and I can hike these 10 acres. I mean, it's a pretty big, I mean, you look at it now, 10 acres from where I'm at doesn't look like a whole lot. You know, I can see the fence lines and stuff, but to walk it is challenging. There's rocks and divots and gopher holes and rabbit holes, and it's kind of hard, especially for someone like me who is just clumsy. I mean, I trip over my own feet all the time. So yeah, that'll be fun, hiking out here and getting to really see what our land has. Besides a lot of junipers and rotted out stumps and stuff like that, which is just great hiding spaces for rattlesnakes. And like I said, I want nothing to do with them. And there's a lot of wasps. I've noted a lot of wasps on our property, so I'm not too happy about that either. But yeah, we're gonna have all the creepy crawly critters, especially right now that we're gonna start disturbing the land. I expect a lot of them to come out, which is why I will be on the other side of the property in my car, recording what's going on this side of the property, because I don't want to have any chance encounters, or no. So yeah, I just thought I'd come out here and check it out. It's just with all the stress, and I guess it is stress because you're waiting on all kinds of different people to get all the, you know, get all their ducks in a row so that we can get started and actually start building. So that is kind of stressful. A lot of emails sent, a lot of time on the phone, and just, I mean, checking, you know, calling the contractor. Do you have our contract? You know, what's going on? Calling the HOA. What other things do you need from us? We had to turn in a color board with all the materials and paint and roofing. I mean, just everything that's going to go on the exterior of the house and around the surrounding property, lighting and all that. We had to turn in a color board, so that meant running around town getting all these samples and turning them in, and then having them come back with saying, no, you know, this roof isn't approved, you got to get a different type of roof. Well, okay, a different type of roof means a little bit more expensive type of roof. So doing all that, sending it back in and getting questions answered, and just on top of that, everyday life things that we've got to get done now that we're living here in Arizona, like health insurance, car insurance. So everyday life, I guess, gets in the way of all that. Well, not in a way, it's a part of all of that. And you don't really think you're stressed or worried about it, but at least for me, when I come out here, I can really just kind of feel that weight kind of just lift for, you know, a couple hours. It's almost like it's my escape from all the noise. And then when I go back home, it's okay. Now we got to start all snap back into it. And so yeah, I really enjoy being out here. You know, I wish I'd come out here more than I do. But then nothing would get done on my end. It's become one of those, my place where I can get away and just be, you know, look at the scenery, just listen to the birds and the wind. It's just very, very calming. It has a very calming effect on me. Hopefully it all turns out good and not too many setbacks. I mean, I'm expecting some sort of building delays because, yeah, you have to. Nothing's going to go as smoothly as, you know, you want it to. But so I'm preparing for a couple of delays, and that's okay. You know, I'm dealing with them now as far as HOAs and meetings and stuff like that. So, but I just hope they're not long, huge delays. I would love to be in our home by, I would say, the end of this year, but that's wishful thinking. So I'm thinking February, March, when we're actually finally moved in and, you know, starting our routine, getting the gardens ready and getting the barn ready for chickens and stuff like that. Having family over to visit. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. Having my family from California come out here and just enjoy it. I want them to enjoy it as much as I do, and I want them to feel relaxed and comfortable when they're here. So I'm really looking forward to that, and just can't wait for everything to start and actually see machinery out here and contractors and making some noise, doing some things. And the sooner the better, because right now building materials are through the roof, and not only expensive, lead times on getting the materials like the lumber and the windows and the roofing. I mean, the one roofing that we're considering was kind of a green color tint. I mean, they're 6 months out, which I guess wouldn't be so bad because it won't be for another maybe 5-6 months that we actually need to put the roof on. But still, I mean, that's 6 months out. Windows are just like, I think they're like 16 weeks or something like that. And the contractor hasn't even started ordering these things because we need to sign the contract first. So he's got to nail and dial in some numbers quick for us to do that. But lumber keeps going up. It seems like every every couple of weeks it's shooting up 10%, you know. And so that's added expense that we weren't counting on. So our budget's going to be really, really tight. No spending, no fun time money. It's all going to be for the house and the extra cost that we just didn't plan on. So that's what's going on with the build here. Not much, but it's behind the scenes. Things are happening behind the scenes. Yeah, so back home, just trying to keep busy with the everything concerning the build and stuff. But away from that, or outside of that, it's planting some. I planted some tomatoes, some onions, basil, and some marigolds around in this trough that we have out there. We gave to my mother-in-law for a Mother's Day gift a couple years ago, and so she's graciously let me use it for a little gardening. So those tomatoes are coming in, so looking gives me something to look forward to to have on the dinner table. Anyway, I'm out here and I'm just going to enjoy being out here for maybe an hour, and then I'm going to head back home and get stuff ready for dinner and go pick up Kirby, which is probably going to be the last day I have to pick him up or drop him off at work because his truck is ready. This truck, we went, first of all, his old truck, well, it was 2006 truck, 300,000 miles, just stopped. It's done, said no more, I can't do it, I'm done. So he researched online trucks that he wanted, which is 1990s type Ford. He liked the body of the Ford and the engine that they came with that year. So he found one, and it was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we decided to make a road trip out of it and go out and see the truck, and you know, hopefully it was the one he wanted, and buy it. So we drove out there, saw it, paid for it, and then they shipped it out to Arizona. So it was a 2-day road trip for us, and then a week later the truck was here, and it needed it was 1996, you know, diesel truck. It needed a little bit of work, not much at all, but so taking it to the mechanic here, they've noticed a couple other things. They needed to order parts, and because it's such an older truck, parts were, I guess, a little harder to come by, and took a little longer to get to the shop. So they've had that truck in there for a month, and not because we're all working on it for, you know, that had all those problems, just waiting on the parts to get there and pull them all in. So finally it is done. It was done Saturday, but with Mother's Day weekend and all that, he decided he'd pick it up Monday, today. So that's exciting. He's gonna have his truck, and I know he's been waiting for a while just to be able to have it. I mean, we have my car, but you know, his truck is his truck. He loves being in his truck. So that's exciting. He'll get that back today. And other than that, I think I've caught you guys up. I guess I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.